See, here's the part of reality that I don't agree with. When I was admitted to the hospital against my will because I was having a psychotic break, I have no idea what happened. I didn't hurt myself or anyone else, but I guess it was scary or something. I really don't know. I don't know how scary it was for anyone. I was observed for 24 hours. A lady followed me around at the hospital, everywhere I went. She wrote down everything that I did, said, touched, everything. Everything was recorded. Because I was in the hospital as a crazy person. Everything was recorded. They were interested in everything I was doing. But my grandma doesn't have even a piece of paper that tells anyone to remind her that she has her hands, or to remind her that her knees are too weak and she can't use her walker to go to the bathroom. Like, my perspective of this situation is wider because I was in the hospital recently as a crazy person. And I mean, I never denied I was crazy. You know me. I am crazy, and I wouldn't want to be any other way. But like, that's messed up. That is so messed up. That the people taking care of my grandma don't keep track. They don't have a written log of everything that she does and everything that someone does for her. How do we know that anything's getting done for her? If the person that's there, coming in to take care of her, doesn't even know when the last time my grandma was checked on because she wasn't the person checking on her, that's messed up. I think that place is not being run right, and I didn't like it from go. I did not approve of Sunrise as a community for my grandma. Every time we drove past it after it was being put up, I said, that's not right, that's not okay, I don't like that place. I am astonished that my grandma has to call that place her home. It is what it is because my mom has a lot of pull there. My mom has a lot of pull there. And she had the director come in. The director is saying that I'm rude while they're talking at, like, they're not even lowering their voices. They're not even trying to be quiet. They're just talking. And they're saying that I'm being rude and I'm disrespecting my grandma by wanting to stay by her bedside. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me at all. They tried to tell me that she's a very private person and she deserves her dignity. They're trying to tell me that, like, they think they know my grandma better than I know my grandma. That don't make sense. That just don't compute, and it ain't gonna, because I've known my grandma all my life. My grandma's house was the first home that I was taken to when I came home from the hospital. My grandma is my mom. My grandma is it. My grandma is my fairy godmother. It is the Disney story that you don't know yet. And if they don't know what it means to her to have me in her life and to know that I'm there for her, they really don't know my grandma. And ever since grandma started getting a little bit senile, which is not very senile, she's 92, but she's still very aware. Mom is her this line of bullshit, this string of fucking cock that is not truth. Because my mom is telling my grandma that I'm not okay. When I am okay. Like, you can be disabled, you can suffer, and be okay. You can experience bad things in life, and still not look at life and be like, oh, my life sucks. I don't look at my life and go, my life sucks. Not most of the time. There are those moments, but there are so many more of those moments where I am bringing so much joy into my life and sharing so much joy that I feel the world has with everyone else part of my world that I don't understand. I don't understand how everyone is okay with this being what life is. I can't. I cannot be okay with it. I can't. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, here I am, completely without a job, completely without any other obligation. I don't need to go anywhere. The only reason I would need to leave Grandma's place is because I was in too much pain. So there's maybe going to be 4 days. 4 days if I was really, really lucky that I could spend with Grandma before I was in too much pain and I had to leave. But my life doesn't suck. I mean, I may not know. I may say words wrong, but, like, that doesn't mean that I don't matter. I may not communicate well, but that doesn't mean that I don't have anything to say. This is just really bizarre. This is a really bizarre thing that's happening, like, right now, that you're witnessing if you're watching this, because I am a mentally ill person trying to help in the only way that I can, in the only way that I know how, as much as I am able, which maybe isn't a lot. Maybe it isn't a lot. But as much as I can do, I'm willing to do that, to care for someone that I love. And I'm willing to do a lot for people. My friends are my family. If you count yourself among my friends, you're awesome. Because my family is not what I was born to. I chose my family. I didn't choose them. I chose them for the hardest life ever, but I don't choose them for the love. I don't get the love from them. Why would I choose them for the love? There's no love to be had. My parents are incapable of loving their children. Just because, well, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's basically like I'm schizophrenic because I, don't fit into time well, and I don't relate to people well. I have a very different, unique perspective, and sometimes I can share that with you, other times I can't, other times I just have that perspective, but, there is never any point where I'm dangerous, when I start to go, when my awareness starts to wane, and I'm fatigued mentally, I'm just really simple. I'm just like a little kid, and I just, give me a pony, put on my favorite movie, and don't talk to me about, big scary grown-up stuff. And all I did that got this ball rolling was approach my mom like she was a person that deserved to be trusted, and be like, I just want you to know that I'm going to be as cordial with you as I possibly can be, but I don't like you. And when I get fatigued, I'm not going to be able to keep up any pretense that I do like you. So you're just going to need to not push my buttons. And that's going to be hard for you. But we can do that for Grandma. And that was all Mom needed to know. That was all Mom needed to hear. My mom is the most evil person that you've ever seen. I've never heard of another human being that is as evil as my mother is. And yet I'm capable of love. I do love. I have so much love. I have so much love for all of you. I have so much love for the world. I believe that we can make a better world, and that's why it matters. That's why Carnival matters, and I think I've written a very good mission statement. You'll have to tell me what you think of it, because I think the people that are told that they can't participate in society, told that they aren't good enough, that they can't do anything just because they can't work and earn money, I don't think that's okay. I don't think that's right. Because the fact of the matter is, until I was in too much pain to not be able to be there and just type down what people are doing with my grandma, and type down what I need to remind Grandma where she is, who she is, and what's going on, which right now it's very, very simple. Find her hands and remind her that she can't walk. That's it. That might be all it is ever, But I could do that. I think there's a lot of people out there that are disabled, that are, maybe you feel like they're leeching off the government or they're manipulating the system. I can't speak for them. I speak for me, and I know how hard it was for me to get disability, being a young girl. And I know how hard my life is. Just to maintain relationships is the hardest thing ever. Just to make these videos during headaches, during pain. It takes everything. It takes everything out of me. When I make a video, it's very, very often the case that is what I did that day. I chose to make a video over showering. I chose to make a video over putting makeup on. I chose to make a video over doing something that I wanted to do for myself or for my business, my Etsy, because I love to make and do and model. I just keep believing that the world is beautiful, and I think that there's plenty of people out there that know the world is beautiful and know that the system is broken, that we can absolutely fix it. And it's just all about caring. It's all about caring. So thank you for watching me. Thank you for participating in this experience and listening to my side of the story, which is very interesting as a mentally disabled person trying to assist my elderly, disabled grandmother. Not even allowed to sit by her bed. Not even allowed to sit in the dark and watch her sleep. Wasn't even allowed to do that. That's the world we live in. I don't think it's the world we want to leave to our children, but it's the world we have now. So let's change it. Let's make it better. Okay? I love you. Bye-bye. I called my mom to see if, she was still at Sunrise so she could just, get the things that I left, my Depends and my jewelry that I made. I brought that jewelry because I want Grandma to know that I'm doing what I love. And when she asked me what I've been doing, and I'm not in school, and I'm not working, it's not like I don't have anything in my life, And I can't explain to her what the internet is to me, and that this pink thing that I carry with me is so importantly part of my life and my world and my support system, and that you guys are my family. She doesn't understand that. She doesn't understand technology. It's a Sego. Lego and Sega Genesis became Sego, and all video games are Sego. I mean, she's very, very old. She's 92. She's very, very old. But, yeah. Anyway, I called Mom. She was basically just she created this fiction because the police that she called were police that she knew. She called, we've lived in the same area all my life, and I've had the police called on me a lot. So she called police that she knew, and she apparently has created this fiction for herself that I was needing a place to live, and that I'm homeless, and that I needed to squat there, and that's why I had to leave. Which is not the case at all. I have a home. I have a family that's better than she could ever be to me. And, I just wanted to be with my grandma. But what makes me believe this is that when I was talking to her, I was like, you know what you did, and don't act like I can just go over there and get the things that I left, because that's what she was doing. She was like, oh, well, I'm not there anymore, and if you need to go over there, just pretending like it didn't happen, pretending like she did not just get me police escorted away from my grandma's bedside, pretending like that didn't happen. So I was calling her on that, whoa, hold up, wait a second, Jesus fucking Christ, you need to get this straight. I know what happened, okay? I know what happened, and you know what happened, so don't act like I can just go over there and get what I left, because that's not the case, and you know it. And she was like, well, I'm sorry that whatever problems you and Sean are having is coinciding with Grandma being sick, but you're not going to take advantage of this situation. You may have everyone at that house wrapped around your little finger, but you're not going to control me. And it was just like, what? Wrapped around my little finger? I can't even get people to talk to me most days. Man, boy, does she have it wrong. But yeah, I guess she probably told the police, because I heard her talking about Donnie, and how Donnie was my abusive, druggy boyfriend down the hall. Because she talks loud. Her voice carries. She's got poor hearing, and she's also drunk all the time. She talks. She's a loud talker. So I heard her saying that oh, so you were there when Donnie, well, she's just in another abusive relationship. I know. I'm just sure of it. I'm just sure that she stood there, and she's just she's probably in another abusive relationship and she won't do anything about it, and she's just using him and whatever, you know, like, because I guess it mattered to her that Sean wasn't going to come get me because Sean is at work. Because the dry cleaner is swamped around the holidays. And he's still not home. Like, it's 8:30 p.m. now, and he's still not home from work. He might not be home till 9 or 9:30. Like, Mondays are a very long day. But, yeah, like, she doesn't even know enough about my life to, like, I guess she doesn't want to know. Because if she knew anything, then it would be harder for her to support the lies that she tells herself. Because she obviously is telling herself that I'm in an abusive relationship and I'm homeless and needing a place to stay, and that's why I showed up with all the clothes. Not because I'm in diapers and I wet myself and I need a lot of changes of clothes for a couple of days. Like, not because of that at all, you know? So, whatever. Whatever.